Hey Capricorn, this is Mary Ellen coming to you from Moonrise Cottage. Thank you so much for being here and welcome. There are a lot of new subscribers of late signing on, and it's really wonderful. I'm so happy that you folks are joining. My guides just said join the club. So this is your reading, Cappy, for August 23rd through the 30th. We're going to have a very powerful new moon in Virgo, your sister, your earth sign, on the 30th. So we've got another intense week coming up. A lot of shift and change. Oh, my guys just said the word, and organization. So things are moving forward. Those of you who have been having challenges in relationship, they should be resolving in one way or the other. My guides are saying it's because of the work you do with yourself. Okay, all right, they want this. So if you're new and you don't know, I pick some cards, some oracle cards, and then we jump into the Golden Tarot. We look at your aspects in love, and then we look at your partner. Okay, at the end, I'm going to pick a rune, just sort of to draw it all together. So blue heron is beautiful energy to have this week. I'm going to put that right up there for you, Cappy. And I've actually been seeing blue herons. There's a pond near where I live, someplace that I have to drive by a couple times a week. And there's a heron nest, which is unusual, and it's far across the pond, and they stay out of, they don't want to come into contact with human beings. So for the last bunch of days, every time I drive by, there's a heron standing right on the road, which is literally the pond meets the road, kind of like this. If you were not paying attention, you could drive right into the pond. That was me and my steering wheel. So blue heron is about self-reflection. Perfect. Heron medicine is the power of knowing the self by discovering your own gifts and facing your own challenges. It's the ability to accept all feelings and opinions without denying any emotion or thought. Heron flies over those who are unaware of who they are and where they belong in the world. Heron gently drops a blue feather to them and asks that they follow their intuition and begin the empowering journey of self-realization. If blue heron has flown into your cards, it is urging you to dive into the watery world of feelings and seek your truth. Heron teaches you to develop your self-reflective skills so that you may come to know yourself in an intimate way. Look at yourself through the filmy lens of through the filmy lens of self-importance, the cloudy perceptions of low self-esteem, or the myopic eyes of self-pity, you will never understand your true potential or appreciate the opportunities there that appear. So you're being asked to examine yourself with a cold eye to see what you wish to improve and how you want to change. Beautiful. So let's get a little something for your partner. Spirit, what is it that... my guys just said that we would like to know. Who's this person, that beautiful Capricorn? A fabulous sea goat. Interesting that heron has come up for you because you're being asked to go into the watery side of your nature that nobody talks about. We always talk about you climbing the top of the mountain, don't we? But you're the sea goat. It's the most ancient symbol, I believe, for Capricorn. So dive into your emotions. Perfect time to do that, given all the retrogrades that are still going on. Spirit, please give us something. Show us some information about their mate. Who is this person? What are the aspects that person is holding in this week, the last week of August? The 23rd, actually, through the 30th, the new moon in Virgo in an earth sign. What is it that we could know about this person, please? What does Cappy need to know about their person? There's a card. I'm going to pull it. Ooh, Porcupine. Cappy, they might be a little prickly. Let's check it out. Right, we're talking about self-protection, so there may be some challenges. Especially, if you're in a transformation of some kind or you're going and doing your inner work, it always affects your partner, as you know. I don't need to tell you that. And things can get a little prickly. People may feel concerned for their emotional safety. I certainly have been. I'm a Virgo, if you don't know. I've been going through that in a way that's giant. So whatever's going on in the heavens and the stars, just be aware that behind all that prickly energy might be some very soft, sensitive parts that are trying to be protected because maybe it doesn't feel safe for them to talk about that yet. So Porcupine is about innocence. It's the south of the medicine wheel. And it's the place of childlike innocence and humility. It is the home of playfulness and the position of Porcupine on the medicine's wheel of life. Porcupine has many special qualities and a very powerful medicine, the power of faith and trust. Within it is the ability to move mountains. The power of trust in life involves trusting the Great Spirit has a divine plan. Your task is to find the pathway that is most beneficial for you and that uses your greatest talents to further the plan. Trust can open doorways to the creation of space, and the space that is created allows others to open their hearts to you and to share their gifts of love and joy and companionship. If you were to observe Porcupine, you would immediately notice its quills. These quills are only used when trust has been broken. Much like otter, Porcupine is a gentle, loving creature. It is not aggressive, and when fear is present, it is possible to feed a porcupine. Well, I misread that. When fear is not present, it's possible to feed a porcupine by hand and never get stuck by the quills. So, through understanding the basic nature of this animal, you may come to understand your own needs for trust and faith, and therefore become childlike again. Beautiful. All right, so this goes on for 3 days. I'm gonna 3 pages. My guide said 3 days. I'm gonna leave it there. I think the things that we're channeling through correct. You are both going through some introspection. You're both feeling sort of tender and innocent, I think, in these days. So just use trust and care. Try to trust each other. And use the openness of vulnerability, all right? Because vulnerability is the most important strength that we all have. So let's check it out. Okay, my guys, I want me to start with this. So we're going to grab something from the Journey of Love. Something we need to know about this love, Spirit. What is it? Please give us a little message about what kind of transformation, what's going on this last week of August for Capricorn and their beautiful love. What is it they need to know while they are doing their own work and, being consciously aware of being tender and being open and being gentle with your partner so you don't frighten each other. Hang on. Okay, that just wanted to drop right out. So let's grab that. There are 3 cards here. Yeah, okay. So let's just take them, because why not? The first is the Christ flame. So I believe we're talking about the Sacred Heart, in a sense, the fire of love of the universe, that kind of fiery, I was going to say passion. It's not quite the right word. Let's get the book and just see. All right. So I'm using the Journey of Love Oracle. This is the Christ flame. Let's put it right there. Within you burns the flame of Christ. Beyond religion, this flame belongs to all hearts, willing to receive the divine and to receive an opening. As a lover would open the heart to receive their beloved. Okay, so my guides are saying that's all you need to say about that. So let's move on. We've got this beautiful card, Ethereal Touch. I mean, I'm sure you're understanding it. This is just sort of the pathway that needs to be taken, right? So yes, be open-hearted, be in your beautiful spirit energy to receive your lover while you're doing your own process. So Spirit is present in your very touch at this time, and you are having an impact on the world around you, particularly your close relationships, in ways that are far more profound than may be immediately obvious. The touch of your soul is the ethereal touch of spiritual light and sound. It moves the heart and opens the pathways of possibility through love, faith, trust, all that would otherwise be impossible to access. So trust in the presence of the divine in your own touch, whether it's physical or spiritual. Your healing presence is making waves of love rise and stir in this world, and the divine lives and breathes through you. Beautiful. Oh, we got one more. I forgot. Okay, so the light field, 63. So I like the way this is threading together. You're just, my guys, what they're really doing, obviously, I guess, I hope it's obvious to everybody, they're just giving you some advice about your pathway this week. Okay? So the light field is telling you that you are very open to the other side, meaning the spiritual realm, or whatever words you want to put on it. I always tell people, I don't care. My guides just said, we're not in the business of telling you what that is. We're just in the business of acknowledging it and giving you some, my guides just said trinkets, some trinkets of information to help you master your way through your moments. Okay, sometimes they're very flowery like that. So the veil that separates the worlds is very fine for you at this moment, for there is much love in your heart, and love exists beyond all barriers, including those of time, distance, and even death. If you wish to communicate with those in your realm who have passed on, do so through your heart. If you want to communicate energetically with your own beloved, even though you are separated in physical locations, then you can do so now. If your psychic abilities are opening and you need confirmation or reassurance, accept this message of guidance as being such. So it kind of goes on like that. What we're being told, obviously, is that the veil is thin in these last week of the month. There are many energies available to you, and you are both raising them, I guess, as, Porcupine and blue heron, different creatures, but they are both doing their work. Very definitely both doing their work. All right, let's see. My guides want to do this. So just be tender with each other. Be in the water world. Allow yourself to go deep. Allow your partner, oh gosh, look what I'm trying to do. Allow your partner to be in their own process. Just give each other space. While you're being together, acknowledge what's going on. Okay, so they want this. All right, hang on. They want right at the split. Look at that. Ooh, beautiful. And look, there's the new moon. All right, we're going to start with that, okay? And we'll jump into the Golden Tarot. So if you're not familiar with the Celtic Wisdom Tarot, this card is the elopement of skill. It's about just what it looks like, okay? It's the Eight of Wands. It's the moment when all these messages are going back and forth and you're feeling really passionate. It's a transformation story. So while you are both doing this introspection, there's a process that's happening between the two of you. So it's a story about a woman who was under a spell. She got turned into a fly. She was not able to, obviously, to be with her beloved. They were in a banquet hall. Somebody was jealous. It was something like that. And she had to transform herself. She had to literally fly into the mouth of another woman, impregnate that woman, who immediately gave birth. And she was transformed into her new self. When that happened, she was able to run forward and grasp her lover. And they ran to the chimney, stepped into the smoke hole of the chimney, rose up, went out of the smoke hole, turned into swans, and flew away. And swans mate for life. So that's the theme of the message. Something's going on. Cappy, something's going on. So you and your lover are definitely going through some challenges, but you're being told just be right in the heart of all the sacred energy and hold each other in that place. That's the place you need to get to. You need to be able to hold each other in the light field with ethereal touch from your heart and your physical realm with the Christ flame. You see how it's reflected? It's just really beautiful. So this is the energy that represents you. That is the Ace of Swords. It is a prophecy about coming to clarity. It's a notion about a sacred sword that ensured victory. In order to have the sword and be able to grasp it, you had to sing some sacred poetry and some chants and incantations and bless the sword and request your sacred victory and wait for the wind to blow your prayers both onto the sword and into destiny. So this person dressed in blue garments, that's the blue purple of transformation. So we're seeing that all over this reading. So Cappy, make sure that you're focusing on your own transformation. Yes, your partner's going through it too, because there they are. That I'm going to read to you from the book. Okay, this is a fabulous lineup. Thank you, Spirit. My goodness. Wonderful, wonderful things coming up. Hang on one sec. Let me just grab my book. So we see the new moon. So the great clarity is going to come at the new moon. And the goal is going to be achieved, my guides are saying. So that is the combat of skill. It's a fabulous story. In traditional tarot, that is the Five of Wands. Let's see. So the Five of Wands, we're going to have to move this up. Five of Wands, okay? Combat of skill. The divinatory meaning is it has to do with arguments, rivalry, disagreements, conflict, over defensive mechanisms disrupting your life, obstacles, competition, etc. So that's what's being transformed. You're clearly the things that have been said. You know, you're going through something. You've got to go gently there. Because those obstacles, when you're not in that frame of reference, it's going to cause a problem. It's an illusion. So this is about a king who had 4 sons. All the brothers were tested to see which son should be the successor. The boys were sent out to hunt and fend for themselves in the wild forest. At sundown, they discovered that they had no water. In turns, they each went to fetch some water, but returned without it, looking shamefaced. Niall, the youngest brother, went out last. He found that the only well was guarded by an ugly hag who refused to grant access to it unless she was given a kiss. The guy just said, meaning all of that stuff that we just talked about. The other boys would rather die of thirst than comply, but Niall embraced the hag, who turned into the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. She was the goddess of sovereignty, and decreed that it would be he and his descendants who would inherit the throne, and not the brothers. So within every dispute, there is a solution. If we can set aside our personal point of view and see the whole overview, what is the kernel of truth and balance in your present dilemma? Wow. Beautiful. Okay. Let's go to the race card. I call this my race card deck. It's so tiny and so cute. All right, hang on. Got to get rid of the glasses. Okay, Spirit, what is it that you would like beautiful Capricorn to know this week, 23rd through the 30th of August? Please give us some messages for beautiful Cappy and their lover, working on themselves, working on the relationship, needing to remember to remain vulnerable. I think you're going to have some porcupine moments, but you're going to get through them because you have the strength and the commitment to do so. My guy just said, never forget about your strength and your commitment. And the commitment is to each other, to yourself first, always, and then to each other, and then to the relationship. That's how you turn destiny. You have to stand in the center of your own life. And until the moment that you are willing to stand in the center of your own life, my guys are talking about, they want me to put it there, right? Meaning this stuff. You have to stand in your own center. That's the only way to turn your destiny. It's the only way for your partner to transform and be able to meet you. You have to show up where you live. Wow, that was quite a lecture, wasn't it? All right, Spirit, what else could we know for beautiful Cappy? All right, hang on. Things are falling out. That and that. All right, let's see. And then that. All right, so we've got the World card here. Yep, it's definitely, that's the bridge you have to go across to get to the place where you would like to be. And then what comes next is a Chariot. That's the first card on the what I call the spiritual realm, the soul level of this reading. Then we had the Ten of Pentacles come out. And look, there's the moon. Perfect, okay? So at the time of the moon, use this. And look, the Hermit, Virgo. So continue to do your own work, right? Basically my guides are just saying that's your task for the week. Do your own work. Focus on yourself. Be present for your partner. Let them know what's happening within you. My guides are saying, let them know. Talk to each other. And if you need to take some time alone, tell them that. Sweetie, I love you. It's really intense what's going on inside of me. I want to share it with you. Right now, I just need some time because I'm really looking at the ways that I hesitate to give you my love. It might actually be something like that. So let's take a look at your partner, okay? This beautiful porcupine. Yeah, you know what? Interesting. They're in the same state. So there's the Four of Swords. You may have recently been through some real true challenges because we see the Ace of Swords here. We see the Moon card. We see the Hermit and this. So there's a transformation that you're going through, Cappy. And it may be that your partner is just resting like the porcupine. You know, they're just kind of chilling because things have been a little intense. And you both know that this temperance process is going forward. Things are literally transforming for you, for your partner, and because of what's going on inside of each of you. Do you see how the cups are pouring into each other? You've got one foot in the water, allowing the flow of this to happen in the love energy, and one on stable ground. It's perfection, and you see the pathway? Don't you love this card? So, you know, angelic magic in a sense. While you ponder all these things that are going on. It's not about not making a decision. Look at all those beautiful cups. Look at all the things that I'm pondering. Look what's coming up in this moment about this love that has, my guys just said, that has so much bounty that you just, while you ponder yourself, it's helping you understand what's inside of all your cups so that you can process for yourself, communicate with your mate. My guys just said the word soulmate, right? Process of amalgamation. Because look, you really are sweet on each other. You really are. You are. Look at these cards. There's a lot of love. So, what my guys basically just said was, stay focused on the love, and have your arguments, and stay focused on the love, and keep assuring each other that you love. You know, my love is here, and I'm really upset, and my love is here, and I'm feeling unable to speak, and like that. Okay, so that my guys are telling me that's the magic. You got to focus on what you feel, and you can duke it out as much as you want. And I think definitely you're doing it, some of you. Okay? All right, let's see. King of Wands. Passion. All right? So this King of Wands is looking at whatever's here. So let's find out. Looking into its own process, right? Looking into the self, just like the cards are saying. All right, Spirit, what is the King of Wands looking at? Let us know what's going on. What's the King of Wands thinking about, please? Please give us some information about the King of Wands. What they're thinking. Yeah, you know, okay? They are connected to the universe, to the spiritual realm. They're looking to the heavens for their answers with their passion. And there may come through some decisions because they want to jump off the cliff into the full love and trust of their partner. That's what this is literally about, because this looks up into this. They're having all these things they're thinking about. But look at the love, you know? Just being quiet, going deep inside. So let's get one more card, please. Spirit, give us one more card for beautiful Capricorn's partner, would you please? And then we'll pick from the bag of runes. What is it that Cappy needs to know about their loved one? What's happening inside? What's the process they're going through? What's the outcome? What can Cappy do? Whichever message you'd like us to have at this moment, what can Cappy do? Okay, here's the answer. Celebrate and connect with the magic. Right? Jupiter recently went forward. It's been in reverse, retrograde for a long time. So trust that the magic is returning. Allow yourself to celebrate any little win that you have with each other, any light of understanding that comes. Even if there are still things to work out, celebrate that. Celebrate the magic of it. My guys just said, take each other out to dinner and say, oh my gosh, we are so fabulous. And we're working our way through, and I want to thank you for that. And it's awesome. And there's the last card. It's just take the time, right? The commitment is there, Knight of Pentacles, but it's meant to go slowly because you have a lot to absorb, a lot of shift and change. Especially if this is a relatively new relationship, you're still in the process of getting to know each other, right? It's meant to go slow so you can digest it and absorb it and see each other for your ascension moment. So let's pick from the bag of runes, Spirit. What is it you've got for a beautiful Capricorn, please? This last week of August. Give some advice. about this relationship for anybody who's facing their challenges and feeling the love of the universe. You know, feeling you many of you are really, no matter what the challenges are, the love is intense. It's really beautiful. And it's part of what definitely is causing you each to go inward, to just release secrets to yourself, to work with the tides of the moon, to have these alchemical moments, and to ponder whatever may be confusing you or all the many choices that you have. Because this is where your passion lies. You know, your passion is looking directly into taking this leap of faith, which when you take it, by the way, creates magic and celebration. So if you're cross watching, my guys just say, head up, right? Just head up into the sacred realm, and you'll be fine. All right, hang on a sec. Yeah, okay, this is perfect. Thank you, Spirit. I'm going to put it right there. You see that? Love it. That represents the yew tree, and the yew tree has the ability to, its branches go downward, and they can land on the ground and literally penetrate and grow underneath the ground, come up in a new place, and spring up with a new tree. Cool, huh? That's what's going on. There's something about this. All right, let's read it from the book. That's the Rune of Defense. Look, the Rune of Defense. Really fascinating. So do me a favor, would you leave some comments? I'm dying to know what's going on and how you experience this in your own life. So the Rune of Defense, signified by the yew tree, is about avertive powers. It's the rune Awaz. As we are tested, we fund the power to avert blockage and defeat. At the same time, we develop in ourselves an aversion to the conduct that creates stress in our lives. Okay, my guys are talking about this, right? This sort of hiding and not being able to see, looking at things through an illusionary lens, that kind of stuff. So if there appears to be an obstacle in your path, consider that even a delay may prove beneficial. So go slow. Go slow. Do not be overly eager to press forward, for this is not a time or situation in which you can make your influence felt. Patience is the counsel that Awaz offers. Nothing hectic, no acting needy, or lusting after a desired outcome. This rune speaks to the difficulties that can arise at the beginning of a new life. Often it announces a time of waiting for a spring to fill up with water and for fruit to ripen on the bough. So perseverance and foresight are called for here. The ability to foresee consequences before you act is a mark of the profound person. Avert anticipated difficulties through right action. And yet, even more than we are doers, we are deciders. So my guys were talking to me about Porcupine as I was reading that, right? You know there are some potential difficulties. I think you know how to push your partner's buttons, Capricorn. Don't do it, right? Be gentle with them because they want to be gentle and loving with you. So more than we are doers, we are deciders. And once the decision is clear, the doing becomes effortless. For then the universe supports and empowers our action. Receiving Awaz, you are put on notice that through inconvenience and discomfort, growth is promoted. See that? You know what? Let me move this. I'm going to put this over here. Just like that. And look what's underneath. Ooh, like it. Justice. Let's plunk that right down there. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Once the decision is clear, the doing becomes effortless. For the universe then supports and empowers our action. Okay. Receiving Awaz, you are put on notice that through inconvenience and discomfort, growth is promoted. This may well be a trying time. Certainly, it is a meaningful one. So set your house in order. Tend to business. Be clear and wait on the will of heaven. Isn't that beautiful? Wow, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Cappy. I'll be looking forward to seeing you next week. Take a moment, please, and click the like button for me. And I'll look forward to learning from you how this is playing out in your life. And announcement coming forward for Moonrise Cottage. I'm going to be in New Mexico for the Scorpio new moon at the end of October. So go check out my website. The link is below if you're in that area and you'd like to attend. There are only 5 spots. We're anticipating that they will fill up very rapidly. And if there are enough people who express interest, I will put another date on the calendar and just sort of hover right there, my guys are saying. Okay, everyone. So thanks a lot. Love all your love and support and all the messages you've been sending me lately. Appreciate it. And I'll look forward to speaking with you next week. Have a great week. Love up on that partner and see what secrets can be revealed that are going to bring you into this beautiful moment of bonding and reeling, revelation, my guys are saying, revealing the love that's actually there. Thanks, Cappy.